And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, for another episode of Rogue Actions, of course, with myself, Rambam, and Shawka, the one and the only. Shawka, how are you doing, my man?
Doing good. So I'll say kind of recovering from Friday night. Not so much from too much beverage. It may have been a long stream. I may have gotten silly and turned a 3-hour stream into an 8-hour stream. So I'm a little tired. But you know.
So just another day at the office.
Pretty much. I was going to say, I mean, it's pretty much the normal routine for me. To be honest here. Let's be honest. But yeah, no, I'm doing pretty good, man. How about you?
I am excited for the year to be over. That's for sure. That is for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, you know the drill. 3 topics over here, 3 topics over on Shawka's channel. You gotta like, follow, subscribe for both. We've got huge stuff to talk about, and of course you won't want to miss a single thing. Starting off with a PSA note, this is going to be the last episode of Rogue Actions for this year. We'll explain why a little bit later. But the main thing is it's the end of the new year. We've got holidays coming up. We've got family to go see. So just not a whole lot of time to sit here and put out Rogue Actions. So in light of that, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, stay safe, enjoy time with your family. We'll see you in the next year.
Amen to that.
Alrighty. So starting off with, of course, the mini meme of the week. This is submitted by none other than Rogue. So shout out to Rogue for winning the mini meme of the week. The community note: why does no one live in this part of Africa? Shows you a picture of Africa, and there's one specific part that's just cut like almost completely black. There's almost no lights. And the AI, of course, the AI has been reading us. People don't like sand. It's rough and coarse and irritating, and it gets everywhere. And the best part of this meme, Star Wars, the official Star Wars tweet responded to it and said, OMG. This was a great submission.
I absolutely love this. Spoiler alert for those of you that don't know geography, that is a desert. That big black area where there's nobody living.
Sahara, right?
I believe so, yes, Sahara. I think there might be multiple deserts through there, but that's the big one, yeah. I absolutely love, so you mentioned the AI. I love, so anybody that hasn't seen the AI and how it kind of like comprehends, I guess, I don't know, compiles, there we go, compiles all of this info into a formal answer. It just means that like everyone in chat was responding with, people don't like sand, it's rough and coarse and irritating, because it's like the exact quote. So that means just everybody that responded to this was saying the same thing. Like it's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. This might be my favorite meme from the entire year. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
It's very possible.
Wow.
It's that good. Yeah.
Wow. Because there's been some really good memes. We should have done that. We should have done a meme ranking of the year.
Yeah, a lot of people asked for it. They and I said if we tried like for the Master of Memes, they wanted like a championship round. And I said if we did it, it would be the end of the year. We don't have the time, guys. Sorry. We can't even get another Rogue Actions episode in before the year's over, so we just don't have time.
Yeah. Guys, if you think you have a better meme than this one, feel free to go in my Discord and go into the meme submission channel, drop in your meme, and myself and Shawka will go in and vote on it every single week prior to recording Rogue Actions. You won't want to miss it. Alrighty. So, big news coming out of SWGOH this week. In my mind, big news. The Hyperdrive bundle. It's been a staple for years, and I've personally bought it a couple times when I start a new account. I know family that's bought it. I know friends that bought it. I know content creators that bought it. It's a really good deal. I think it started off back in the day about $100, and then it kind of gradually went down to where it's currently $50 up until now. With this new announcement that they're putting out, they're temporarily, limited time, reducing the cost to $9.99. And on top of that, there also seems like they're adding a few more characters into it because it's going from 60 plus, which I think the actual number is like 65, if I remember correctly. to now they've marked it out and it's going up to 73. So I'm interested to see what characters are going to be adding. But I think this is a huge bargain. Shawka, what do you think?
Definitely. I actually got this back when it was the $100 price point.
Same.
And even then, I would argue it was still worth it. Like, obviously, the economy has vastly changed in SWGOH from then to now. I mean, a lot of that stuff was way more expensive back then to get. But so not only do I think this is great in general, but I actually think this, not that $10 needs to be the price point moving forward, but I think that we need to see a price adjustment on this because, like I said, the economy in SWGOH has drastically changed. Even the $50 price point was prior, I believe, to all of the updates in terms of the gear farms and such and how the gear farms work. So in my opinion, most of what's in here is just, it's not worth $50 in general. And more importantly, if you want new players to join the game and play the game, it's too high of a price point at this stage of the game. What I would like to see is this bumps to $20 on the regular, and then they have an occasional sale here or there for $10, at special times of the year, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I think $20 then makes this accessible to everybody. You're going to bring in so many more new players if they can jump real fast just with $20. You know what I mean? 50 is a lot. 50 is a lot of money for a new player just trying out a game. Like, they're just not going to do it. The people that are going to spend the $50 are the people who have been playing for a long time and are looking just to kind of fast track a little bit. If they're really serious about like bringing in new players, it needs to be $20 or less, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree. This is a huge bargain for any player to get their feet wet with not only spending, but to see if they like the game, because so much unlocks at level 85. GAC unlocks at level 85. Conquest, I believe, unlocks at level 85 with the normal mode.
I think
some of this new stuff with the episodes updates, that's unlocked at level 85. You can't engage with it. So it's a no-brainer if you're going to spend, and it cuts off months off of your time to level up. It's been a while since I've leveled up an alt from 1 to 85, but at the time it was taking me 3 to 4 months consistently to unlock with refreshes to get up to 85. This cuts it down to a matter of seconds. You're instantly able to enjoy all this new content, get some good characters and whatnot. I don't see any issue with this at all. I think this is huge for the player base. And again, it just kind of goes to show, like, this game's not going anywhere, guys. Stop saying it's dying. It's not going to go anywhere. This is proof right here.
Yeah, the people that say it's dying are totally wrong. Sorry. But what has been nice though is when it started, I want to say it started like November, where CG's made a lot of really dumb, bad decisions, and there was a lot of people that quit the game. Like, it was really a bad situation for SWGOH in general. And now with them making some adjustments and them clearly listening to the community and apologizing and making this price adjustment on these things, to me, it shows that they are actually listening to feedback. And hopefully continue to make these changes for the betterment of the game and the community. And again, I know that might hurt their pockets initially, but I think they're going to see over time that will benefit their pockets. Like, they will see growth because you're getting more engagement from people. So I hope that this trend, so to speak, of CG here continues far into the future. Hopefully we see more stuff like this coming down to more reasonable price points for the average Joe, so to speak.
I agree. Guys, let us know down in the comments below what you guys think. Are you going to buy this Hyperdrive bundle? Are you happy to see it going down in price? What are some of the characters you think they may add to that from that 65, I think, to 73? Let us know. Love to hear from you. Alrighty.
Funny little note on that. Somebody said in one of the chats they might buy it just to get rid of the red dot.
Oh, that red dot's annoying. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
That's an annoying thing. That's I hate those little icons on the side. I just wish I could get rid of some of them. You know, namely like TW and TB, but you know, that's beside the point. Alrighty. So, with this being the last episode of 2024, we cannot end Rogue Actions on a note without talking about the year that we've had so far in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. So, with that being said, we're going to do a little bit of reflection on some good things that we've had during the year, some bad things that we've had, and our favorite characters and releases that have come across so far. Shawka, I'll open the floor up to you.
So I guess it depends on kind of how we're looking at this. Like favorite character, favorite game edition, you know, that kind of thing. I think for me, if we're looking at character,
Let's start with characters.
So yeah, it's a tricky thing for me because so technically Ahsoka's going to count in 2024. And for me, like I honestly was not excited about Ahsoka until I saw the kit. And when I started reading the kit, I started getting really giddy. I'm so stoked for Monday/Tuesday. I think the event's actually gonna happen on Tuesday, but still, I'm so excited for it. But if I'm not including her because she's not out yet, I think correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I believe Bane came out in 2024. And if he did, which I think he did, he is without a doubt my number one absolute most favorite character that we've had come to the game this year. Like, just absolutely incredible character. He has been bananas. No, he was in December of last year. Crap. December 21st. Dang it. Well, wait, no. No, he came to the game the 21st. Oh, yeah, okay. So he came to the game the 21st of December. We didn't get him, though, until another 3 months after that. So he counts. It counts.
It counts. All right.
So Bane, yeah, for me, Bane, just what he has done to GAC, and he's the fun factor. The fun factor. He is just so fun to take in, and just that AoE and just destroy the entire board. Like, I just love it. I know that everyone thought that he was going to get nerfed, and he still hasn't been fixed technically. But I'd love to see more things like that, where you have characters come into the game where they have clauses that force you to use them on offense, essentially, and do underman crazy shit like that. Like I don't know. It's so much fun for me. So yeah, I think that's probably my favorite outside of Ahsoka, since she's not technically out yet. How about you? What's your favorite character drop this year?
So I'm looking at a list right now, and I'm gonna run some names by you. And Bane is not on this list, but I agree. Bane should be on the list because we didn't actually get to play with him until, you know, the February of this year.
Yeah, his kid dropped in 23, but yeah, we actually got him in 24.
Right, yeah, nobody could play with him. So you have for characters, you have the Stap, you have all the Gungans, obviously. You've got Padme, Obi-Wan, Padawan, Master Qui-Gon, Luthen, Enoch, the whole Enoch team, the Night Sister, Great Mother, Elsbeth, and obviously Ezra, Balin, Dark Ray. Well, Dark Ray's not really out because we don't have her. I don't know why they're including her on this list. Hu Yang, Shin Hati, and then obviously the Spectre characters. Man, all right. So I think without a doubt, I'm with you. Hands down, Bane is the best addition for 2024. If we're going that route of including him, because we didn't actually unlock him until around February timeframe. If I'm having to exclude him because technically he was released in the game in December of last year, if I have to exclude him,
oh man, that changes things a lot.
That changes things, right? I want to say Balin, but I don't have Balin, so I haven't been able to experience him. He's one of the characters I've been wanting to play around with, but I'm far enough away from unlocking him that I can't experience him and whatnot. So I gotta go with Padawan Obi-Wan Kenobi as mine. He's a beast. It's just watching him delete people with his AoE. It's fun.
If we're going on a technicality, then I would say Ahsoka, obviously. Right. Even though I don't have her yet. But if it's a character that I have and I'm able to use now, so it wouldn't be a single character. It'd be the Gungans. Just
they're
the
fine.
fact that they can bring a faction like that is so unique and just not your typical Star Wars characters, and yet they can make them be very viable. They can have all of their abilities like make sense and be very canon to what happened in the movies and stuff. Like that whole team as a whole was really well done. I love Jar Jar's kit and how he works. Like anytime you have a character that is very canonically driven and their kit makes sense to their canon, I mean Bane's the same way. I just love characters like that. That super major shout out again. Like there are two things that SWGOH does really well. It is artwork and kit designs. The kit designs may not always work properly in game, but the designs are really, really good in general. And for me, that's probably the big things. I know I technically skirted around every single one of those answers, but I don't care. It's my answer. It's going to be what I want it to be.
There you go. All right. So we did only have 2 ships come to the game. We had the Comeuppance and the Punishing One. So what I want to know, Shawka, is why is your favorite release the Punishing One out of all the ships that we've had this year?
Absolutely not.
Really?
No way.
No, you cannot go after the Resistance. Come on.
No, because Punishing One caused this absolute show in Fleet right now. Absolutely not. It is the worst thing to come to this game all of 2024. If we're talking about best and worst, it is the worst thing to come in 2024. I would much rather come in my pants than have that thing come in 2024. Oh God, we're gonna be so off the rails now. I'm trying to not demonetize Ram's video. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. No, I legitimately, I hate what it has done to Fleet. And admittedly, it's not Punishing One's fault. It's the way that CG tried to fix it. They should have just left it the way it was. Just leave it. Who cares? It's a year-old meta Fleet.
Yeah.
Let chaos ensue. It's fine. Let things beat each other. But no, we had to make this stupid fix that's dumb and doesn't work.
Yep. No, we've had this conversation on Rogue Actions in previous episodes. Fleets in general is it's been a bad year in SWGOH for fleets. I'll just say that.
I can see them kind of letting it die at this point.
Yeah. I mean, you had to come up as no one cares about the Resistance. Let's just be real. Screw Rose, screw Zori. No one cares. It's let the past die. And then the Punishing One, what they tried to do was cool, but then they tried to fix it to, make people happy, and it did the exact opposite. And now you have this monstrosity in Grand Arena where if you don't have, let's say, Negotiator, because most people are putting that on defense, you just don't have a counter to beat the Punishing One, or you have to two-shot it with meta fleets, which makes absolutely no sense. That's just it's all out frustrating. I think I spent 3 fleets trying to beat the Punishing One today in GAC. It's obnoxious and I don't like it.
I've had decent luck with it thus far, just because of the way I play with offense, but I have Profundity and Leviathan.
Right.
We actually the most recent time that we did this, it was the first time I'd ever tried the Profundity counter on Leviathan, and luckily it worked. But yeah, it's stupid. It's just stupid. But I seriously can see CG, like the writing's on the wall in my opinion, that crystals are coming out of Fleet Arena in the near future. Yeah,
they'll start putting it in probably more episode based stuff, realistically speaking. No one cares about arenas.
They leave GAC the way it is and they just say sorry, see ya. Or maybe they give everybody like 50 more crystals per win or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, something minor.
Yeah,
I don't know. Alrighty. So the last thing I wanted to kind of discuss, and this will be the bigger topic of the bunch. We obviously had a lot of big moments and big releases in Galaxy Heroes this year. A lot of big, huge quality of life changes, gameplay changes, UI changes, the whole nine. What was your personal favorite release this year that improved or didn't improve the game? It's take your pick.
That's a really tough one. Because so obviously the latest changes that have come to the game were really, really bad at first. CG has done a lot to improve it and fix it, in my opinion. And I don't know that I can say that this is my favorite thing, but I think that moving forward, it looks good. It looks like they're heading in the right direction. It looks like they're doing things that are good for the game and the player base. So I don't want to harp too poorly on that, but I also don't want to get too excited about it either. I think, in all honesty, it's not really game related. It's Meathead. I can't believe I'm saying this because I couldn't stand Meathead at first. Yeah. Because of his and he's learned. He listened to feedback and he's learned. I couldn't stand his trolling that was not funny trolling. It was just being a jerk trolling. And he doesn't do that anymore. He is very good at listening to the community. He's very good at engaging with the community. I think that he's really great at communicating what we tell him back to the team. And I think we see that, especially this past year, I think that's kind of the biggest thing in the game is that they listen and they've been trying for the most part to take our advice and our feedback and put it into play. There are some things where they don't. The time investment is not worth it, like the raid. We have preached that the RNG factor in the raid is horrendous.
Yep.
And they're just not going to fix that because it takes too much time. But given what we've seen this year, I can expect the next raid to not have that kind of stuff in it. I think they're going to learn from their mistakes from what we've seen this year, and they're going to grow and improve and get better. Like I said, I don't know that there's one element in the game itself that I loved, because I wanted to say the raid. When the raid first came out, I thought it was awesome. I thought it looked great. I thought it was really
cool. The Gungan raid?
Theorycraft. Yeah, the Gungan raid, yeah. Trying to theorycraft all this stuff. But then it soured really, really, really fast. But if there wasn't the RNG element to it, I think it would have been amazing. I think it would have been a really good thing. But yeah, I don't know. Everything is very, very hit or miss for me. But like I said, I think that's probably my number one thing is that Meathead has really done a great job engaging with the community and taking our feedback and improving the atmosphere of the game and the community in general. So yeah, a little outside the box on that answer, Rim, but
I was not expecting an answer like that from you, and I could not agree more. That was not the answer I was going to go with. But I definitely agree. Meathead has done a massive improvement, because like you said, I wasn't the hugest fan of him in the beginning. I was like, you're replacing, essentially replacing Crumb and Doja Fett, two people that I loved. Yeah. I loved both of them. I had personal interactions with them. Obviously, they had the Mace Windu kit reveal rework. So I loved both of them. Meathead has done at first thought he was just a troll, right? Yep. And then he comes in and it's more of oh shit, Meathead's here, and I just demonetized myself. Meathead's here. We actually, we might get some changes happening, because he does, contrary to what people think, he does take what we say and relay it back, and we've seen that with a lot of the changes here recently. We've seen that. So no, huge shout out to Meathead for just having a stellar year in game, and I can't wait to see what you do next year.
His artwork. I love his artwork.
His stick figure artwork. They're great.
That stuff is actually really funny. Yeah.
It is.
More Meathead artwork, please.
Yes, more Meathead artwork. We love it. So where I was gonna go actually was my personal favorite release was the Oh, what do you call it? I cannot remember this, and this is totally gonna get kept in here because I'm having a brain fart moment. The PC client. There we go. That's the word.
Oh yeah.
The PC client. The PC client was something that obviously we asked a lot for, but the reason why it was such a big deal to me for the year, and it drastically changed the year, is what were we dealing with prior to? What were content creators and everybody that likes to watch content creators, or everybody that likes to watch videos on YouTube of content creators putting out content, what were they all using prior to? Emulators,
crashes,
BlueStacks, and they were crashing constantly. With the PC client, not only do we have better resolutions and faster processing and graphics and whatnot, but there's almost no crashes on the PC client. I've seen some, but it's far and few between comparatively. You take the web store out of it, cool, whatever, it's integrated, who cares? It's the fact that this game that's 7-8 years old at this point finally added something that 2 and 3 year old games have had, and it drastically improved, I think, the lifetime of this game, improved the credibility of this game, improved the watchability of this game, bringing in a larger audience, because now you don't have to worry about game crashes and people getting rage quitting because GAC crashed and fleet battles crashed and all that stuff. I think it was a massive investment. I think they got a huge return of investment on that.
Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. I think I have had, knock on wood, like 1 crash in total on the PC client since I've started using it, and it was not like in a battle. It was just a random crash while I was like changing screens or something like that. So no, that's a great one. That is such a huge improvement.
I have only had the 1 crash that I can remember on the PC client, and the only time I had a crash on the PC client that I can remember was my internet cut out. So it wasn't even the PC client's fault. It was my internet company's fault.
Florida.
Blame Florida. All right, guys, let us know down in the comments below what your favorite moment or release is of 2024 in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. We'd love to hear from you. And then what are you looking forward to in 2025? Actually, Shawka, I'm going to end on that. What is something in SWGOH that you would like to see come to the game in 2025?
Oh, man, I would say at this point, without getting too far out of the box, I would love to see. It's got to be some kind of PvP update of some kind, or PvP update of some kind. Whether it's TW or GAC, I don't care. There's just got to be something. They need to update it. They need to I don't want to say modernize it, revolutionize. I don't know. It's so stale. It needs to be changed. I think TW more so than GAC. Assuming that they fix the freaking squish, that is. If some people have said they fixed it. I never saw anything saying officially that they fixed it. If they haven't fixed the squish, that's the number one thing that needs to change. But outside of that, TW drastically needs a rework to make it. So again, a lot of their emphasis at the end of this year was trying to reduce the load, the burden on the player base, so they can get in and do the content that they want to and be done. I would love to see TW take that kind of approach where, you have access to the entirety of the board when you go in to play it, and you can just do your battles and then you're done. I'd love to see something like that. We've discussed like what that would look like in the past. It needs something. TW needs something badly. Yeah, I agree. TW's, well, we all know my thoughts on TW. I don't even join. My guild expects for me not to join, and I am all but too happy to grant them their wishes. I think what I would want to see in 2025, if anything, would be a Datacron UI overhaul. I don't like how Datacrons are. Yeah. I don't like how they're laid out. I don't like the fact that I have to go into each individual one and try to figure out what it is.
I don't like the fact that I have to go into hot utils to get more UI out of it than the actual game itself. That's just, I feel like that's enough said. When you can go to a third party and have better UI, take mods for example. We used to rage about how top tier hot utils was for modding, and it still has a lot of perks, don't get me wrong, but what did CG do? They went and they pretty much mimicked everything that's in hot utils and put it in the game. I'd like to see the same thing kind of relatively done to Datacrons. I just, that's just my thoughts.
That's a good one. I didn't even think of that though, because I think that's something that's going to happen. Like that's just a no-brainer. I think that it hasn't happened yet because of this latest update that they've pushed out. That's the same thing kind of with the squish. I think they want to. The squish is a little different though, is because I don't think they know how to fix that, to be honest with you. Versus the UI for Datacrons, they know how to do it. They just haven't gotten to it yet, is all. But yeah, I think that's just a matter of time. But yes, that's definitely a good one, regardless.
Yep. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna wrap it up for part 1 of Rogue Actions. We're on to part 2. Like, follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff. The link is in the description below for Shawka's video. We'll see you over there. Shawka, do you have any final thoughts for this episode of Rogue Actions?
Just hopefully your eyes are trained, guys. We're gonna be reading stuff from the forums, so get your sunglasses ready. You should already have them on though, because we're watching Ram. But anyway,
I hate you.
If you're not, there's a disclaimer. Get your sunglasses ready.
I hate you so much. Guys, we'll see you over there. Until next time, Squadron dismissed.